Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Thursday, July the 12th, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, President Trump is in Europe, and he's obviously getting a lot of coverage of that visit, which is what normally happens, of course, when the president makes an important trip like this. But a lot of the coverage seems to be obsessed, just totally obsessed with his tone, how he talks, how he says things, his style, his tone. Is it presidential? Is it not presidential? This kind of discussion. And it's almost as if the people who are mentioning these things about tone and style are going out of their way to avoid what President Trump is saying. I mean, what is he actually saying? You may not like how he says it. You may not like the direct approach that he uses. You may not like that he talks to people directly to their face. But you may not like that, and I understand that. But what's he saying? And that's where nobody's talking about. For example, does anybody seriously oppose the President of the United States calling out allies who are not paying their share of the NATO agreement? I mean, is that unreasonable for the President of the United States to call him out? The fact is, other presidents have called him out before. Now, they didn't do it again with the flair, with the style of President Trump. I agree with that. But the bottom line is that this has to be discussed. Countries have to start contributing whatever percentage they're supposed to contribute to NATO. The other big commotion is how he apparently treated Germany for the deal that they made with Russia, the natural gas deal. Look, I think he's 100% on that, on those comments, because the fact is that Germany, by making that deal with Russia, has made a lot of their neighbors more vulnerable to Russian blackmail or whatever. So I think he's 100% correct on that. My guess is that the country is divided into two groups when it comes to President Trump's style. The people who don't like him, who simply use his style as another reason to dislike him. And then I think a lot of people in the country who have gotten over his style, who understand that he's not a politician in the formal definition. He's not diplomatic, he's not a politician, but he tells you what he believes. And I think a lot of people are getting used to that. And at least on some of these issues, whether it's the economy or the fact that the allies have to pay more, I think a lot of people agree with him on that. And while, again, they're having heart attacks at some media networks, I think on the country as a whole, I think his message is being received rather well by people who are actually listening to what he's saying rather than obsessed with his style. So I think Trump's winning on this one. I really do. And the people who are obsessed with his style maybe should talk about what he's saying. They may find it more interesting to talk about that. We have all of these commentaries over at YouTube. We have them on Twitter, and we have them on my blog. And if July 12th is your birthday, have a great birthday. Bye-bye, everybody.